What's up, Transformers fans? I'm Mondo, the Dad Bottomus Prime, and you've clicked on the latest Moonbase 84 transmission. By all accounts, Transformers Cyberworld is doing very well. The toys have good sales, and people are enjoying the show. Of course, it's more important for the line if Cyberworld is being well received by its target audience, which is kids. By everything I've read, it is, so that gave me the idea for the topic of today's video. Because Cyberworld is succeeding, that means that it will be a whole generation's version of Transformers, meaning that when the kids grow up and get into collecting, they will want their favorite Cyberworld characters brought up to date with all of the collector-grade bells and whistles into the Generations line. So it's plausible that someday we will see that. Now, I happen to really like Cyberworld as well because it's been established that I'm a big kid at heart. So here are my top 5 Transformers Cyberworld characters from Season 1 that I'd like to get a Generations figure of. We start with Optimus Prime. Now, I really do like his basic evergreen style that we see on the toy and in the show, with the exception of the wheel placement on his forearms. There's just something about his windshield being a single piece rather than the traditional double windows that I really like. He even got this treatment in his design when he lost the Matrix to Alita in the Energon Universe comic. So yeah, I'd love a collector-grade toy of him. But more so, I'd really want a new toy of his upgraded look in the show. I dig his off-road truck alt mode and how the front of the vehicle becomes his chest in bot mode. It's nice to see Prime stray a bit away from his traditional look every now and then. For my number 4, I'd have to say it's Galvatron. Why? He has a big dragon for an alt mode. Enough said, but I'll say a bit more. I like how they gave him a sinister villain stash, a very classic baddie look. The new toy should also come with fire effects. I will say that I wish his dragon head was a bit more fearsome looking because it kind of looks like a Pokemon, I think. But besides that, I'll never say no to Dragon Formers. I've always liked the unspoken tradition that Transformers had going for a while, where with each new show, Megatron would get a new design. Cyberworld's willingness to experiment and take risks is a perfect scenario to bring that tradition back, in which of course they did with Bull Megatron, or Mega Bull. It's interesting that he was only referred to once in the show as Mega Bull because we were kind of led to believe that would be his name. That doesn't matter though. What matters is that we got another cool Megatron design. A collector grade figure would be awesome. If you know the channel and know me, you had to know that my boy Grimlock was going to make this list, although it probably surprised you that he's not number 1. The problem with getting a collector grade Grimlock from Cyberworld figure would be that he'd most likely have to be a Titan class so he can retain the gimmicks he has in Cyberworld, namely a other Transformer being able to pilot him. But we know that the Generations figures are getting smaller and smaller, so maybe by the time Cyberworld figures hit the Generations line, a Commander class might be able to pull it off. So, if my number 1 isn't Grimlock, then those of you who know me are probably saying then it has to be Snarl. And you'd be wrong. Because it's Chop Shop. Chop Shop is who I consider the breakout character so far in Cyberworld. He's hilarious and provides tons of comic relief. But don't underestimate this little gremlin slash golem mashup because he does have a devious side, like we saw in the episode where he tricked Bumblebee into retrieving the Energon Orb. Even though I like his current Cyberworld toy for what it is, it would definitely take a Generations grade figure to nail his hunchback, goblin-y design. And yes, goblin-y is a word. I just made it up. Lastly, if they did ever make a Generations Chop Shop and he didn't come with a Special Rock accessory, I would actually riot. Coming up with 5 characters for this list was actually harder than I thought. Grim and Chop were no-brainers, but I had a tough time choosing the other 3. That's because I'm loving all of the characters in Cyberworld, with the exception of Bumblebee. Hopefully what they have set up for him in Season 2 will change that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'd love to hear from you, so feel free to comment to let me know which Season 1 Cyberworld character you would want to see get a Generations toy. Until next video, thanks for docking.